for today's headlines, Airline lauds BBM OK on voluntary mask. Pinoys opt mask on per survey. First COVID booster still effective, says the DOH. SRA allocates produced sugar for local consumption. AFP assures rebel returnees of better life outside combat zone. 371 PDLs released by BuCor. And 10 million peso shabu falls in sting. Good evening. Today is Tuesday, September 13. I am Vernon Velasco and this is Tribune News on Q. Here are the stories for this evening. Low-cost carrier AirAsia Philippines on Tuesday welcomed the government's decision to make the wearing of face mask optional outdoors, saying this will further spur economic activity as more people will be encouraged to travel. The President on Monday approved an executive order that allows the voluntary wearing of face masks in outdoor settings, particularly in open spaces and non-crowded outdoor areas with good ventilation. The move, he said, is a welcome development that will attract more leisure travelers. AirAsia has noted that the public is still required to wear face masks in enclosed spaces like aircraft and airports. A survey by Okta Research shows that a big chunk of the Filipino population will continue to wear face masks even if the spread of COVID will be controlled. Okta Research fellow Ranjit Rai presented the recent survey of the group following the issuance of Malacanang Palace on the voluntary wearing of face masks in outdoor settings. 28% of the respondents said they will continue wearing face masks a year after COVID-19 is declared controlled. 16% meanwhile said they will continue it after 2 years, and 18% said they will continue wearing face masks 5 years after the coronavirus is deemed controlled. He said the survey result jives well with the new policy of the President on outdoor masking. The Department of Health on Tuesday said the first COVID-19 booster shot received by the public is still effective. Health OIC Maria Rosario Verhaire also said that a second COVID-19 booster shot for the general population needs more evidence, hence not needed at the moment. She assured the public that the first booster shot is still effective and can protect people against severe and critical infections brought by COVID-19. Based on the latest vaccine statistics for the agency, 93.18% or a total of 72,770,221 Filipinos have completed their primary series of vaccination. Meanwhile, a total of 18,552,043 Filipinos have received their first booster shots. Tribune News on Q will be back after these reminders.
Magandang araw mga katribo! Narito na ang mga makakasama nyo tuwing umaga sa programang Gising Na. Roy Pelovelo, Comfy Manalo, Vernon Velasco, Kim Sancha at Jerk Balagtas. Abangan ang programang Gising Na sa Facebook page ng Daily Tribune.
Ilabas na ang mainit na kape at samahan kami sa inyong pag-almusal, mga katribo.
Sama-sama natin alamin ang mga natatagong istorya sa mga latest na kaganapan sa loob at labas ng bansa.
Maaari niyo rin ibahagi sa amin ang inyong opinion via Daily Tribune Facebook page at Tribune Now sa YouTube.
Makichika na rin sa latest showbiz happenings, mga katribo.
Kaya naman, magsama-sama po tayo sa
Gising Na!
The Sugar Regulatory Administration has issued an order to strictly allocate all sugar produced during the crop year 2022 to 2023 for domestic consumption to avoid the country's import dependence. In its Sugar Order No. 1 series of 2022 to 2023, the SRA said that 100% of raw sugar production for current crop year should be classified as B or the domestic sugar market only. Sugar crop year starts on 1 September and ends on 31 August of the following year. However, the sugar mills and refineries generally stop operations around May to June. On the other hand, the mills start operations for the next season around September to October, while the refineries start around 2 weeks after the mills. Based on the latest projection of the SRA, the total raw sugar production for the crop year 2022 to 2023 is estimated to reach 1.87 million metric tons, while the total domestic raw sugar withdrawal during the year is pegged at 2.03 million metric tons. Historically, the country must have carryover stocks of 250,000 MT of raw sugar and around 200,000 metric tons of 250,000 metric tons of refined sugar at the end of any crop year. The Armed Forces of the Philippines has assured that rebels who wish to surrender to the folds of the government will experience better life outside the combat zones. Westmincom Chief Alfredo Rosario Jr. made a statement as he urged the remaining Abu Sayyaf group members operating in the Sulu province to lay down their arms and yield to the government. A 23-year-old member of the Sulu-based Abu Sayyaf surrendered to the Philippine Army's 2nd Special Forces Battalion over the weekend. The rebel returnee cited the hardships he experienced on the battlefields, which pushed him to surrender to the government forces. Surrenderees will undergo a local social integration program. A total of 479 ASG personalities have already surrendered since January this year. Of that number, 141 were regular members, while 38 were supporters. The most number of persons deprived of liberty released by the Bureau of Corrections came from the densely packed New Bilibid prison in Muntinlupa, with 191 inmates from a total of 371. Yesterday, the BuCor released a total of 371 PDLs from across its prison facilities nationwide in time for the birthday of President Ferdinand Bongbong Marcos Jr. At Bilibid in Muntinlupa City, 191 PDLs have been freed, while 37 female inmates from the Correctional Institution for Women in Mandaluyong City have been released. A total of 443 inmates from other operating prison and penal farm have also been released. Of the 143, exactly 45 PDLs came from Davao Prison and penal farm in Davao del Norte, 31 from the Iwahig Prison and penal farm in Palawan. And on the other hand, there are 30 inmates from Leyte Regional Prison and Southern Leyte, 18 from Sablayan Prison and penal farm in Oriental Mindoro, and 19 from San Ramon Prison and penal farm in Zamboanga City. More than 10 million peso worth of suspected shabu was seized by authorities from a male vendor in a drug buy-bust operation along McDonald Avenue, Barangay Santo Niño, Marikina City on Monday night. The suspect was identified as Habib Pangalain, who was included in the drug watch list of the Eastern Police District. During the operation, a police officer acted as a pusher buyer to transact with the drug suspect. When the money and drugs were in hand, the operatives immediately grabbed and handcuffed the suspect. Seized from the suspect were 21 pieces of knot-tied transparent plastic sachets containing suspected shabu, weighing more or less 1.5 kilograms with an estimated street value of 10.2 million pesos. That wraps up the stories tonight. Catch us again tomorrow only here at Daily Tribune's Facebook page. Again, this is Vernon Velasco. You are watching Tribune News on Q. Stay safe, stay healthy, and stay home. Good night, and God bless us all.
We would like to thank the following: Araneta, Pag-ibig, SM Supermall, Veteran, Divina Law Offices, ICTSI, Xlog, Globe, Kia, PLDT, Cherry, Tanawan, Prime Homes, RLC, Pure Gold, Meralco, and SM Retail.
tempted by the way you blow your horn. Can hear the heartbeat rushing in my ears. It told me, girl, 'cause I'm about to burst. Girl, your smile is something mesmerizing. Yeah, just tell me one thing, tell me something true. My hands are shaking, face that's sweating blue. My heart is fainting and head is feeling 'cause you told me, girl, 'cause I'm about to burst. Tell me, girl, 'cause I'm about to burst. Tell me, girl. Oh, tell me, girl. Oh, tell me, girl. Better tell me, girl, better 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 tell me, girl. Better tell me, girl, 'cause I'm about to.
Catch the latest news on our website, tribune.net.ph. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, Tribune Now. Download the Daily Tribune app on Apple Store for iOS and Google Play for Android to get the latest and most comprehensive news online. Daily Tribune invites you to join its Viber community, Katribu, to get updates on the hottest news on politics, business, sports, lifestyle, and entertainment. Emoticons of the Tribune mascot Tarsito are available on our community Viber.